have state-of-the-art technology, so we want to connect our organizers to organizers in Ferguson and other parts of the country.
You know, it's a prayer, the intention to lift this community and the work that each one of us is doing, all to our own potential. And I always say God favors those who do the best they can.
To address the prison pipeline and the fact that we weren't graduating kids from high school here in South LA.
When you walk into the building, the walls are real, the glass is real, the sunshine coming in to light the building is real, and we have birthed into being, in real life, right here on the corner of Vermont and 81st, the first-class center for community activism anywhere in the United States of America.
So the first 25, you've been in places that aren't as swank as this. So what do you see happening in the next 25 here at CoCo?
Well, we want to take this to the next level and make this more than just about a nice facility. I mean, the nice facility is important because our community is surrounded by facilities that are broken down, but really what this is about is it being a representation of what we want the rest of South LA to look like. So here we are on the corner of 81st and Vermont. We really want to take this to the whole corridor of Vermont, all corridor of Western, the whole corridor of Crenshaw. So that's what we got to do, think big and bold, and hopefully build the political will to get the resources we need to make this a reality for more than just one street corner.
So you have a friend on the city council now.
Very good friend.
So what do you see your role being?
It was very important to me that this get done, as we were going into city council in the same year, because we wanted to be able to say to everybody who wants to do business in this community, whether you're the government, whether you're private sector, whether you're in a nonprofit, this is the standard we expect, right? So we want to lift up the organizations and institutions that invest in a way to have facilities that are commiserate or representative of the people that they're working with. And so we think this is an example of that. There are other examples in the district, but we want to lift it up and lift up what works and say to the next person, you want to do business here, this is how we roll.
Now, Congresswoman Bass talked about building leaders. And on the wall behind your t-shirts that represent those young soldiers. Were you part of that young leadership?
Absolutely. I mean, I was a young college brat that got to know the organization and got put into shape by the leadership here. But more importantly, I was a part of seeing those young people become a part of Community Coalition and develop their leadership and develop the belief, the confidence, and the character that's needed to advance the kind of social justice that we're trying to create here. So there's nothing more inspiring to me than the young folks. I mean, there's a lot of inspiration here with all of our members, but the youth in particular really tug at your heart in a different way.
I mean, they get up and keep fighting no matter what happens. All kind of stuff is thrown at them. They go to the schools, and the schools look like prisons. They get treated poorly by teachers. Don't expect anything of them. A lot of times, law enforcement only expects the worst from them. Their families sometimes are so busy and so consumed with taking care of them that they don't have the space and energy to give them the attention that you need as a young person. And they keep getting up and fighting one day after the next. They show up early. Meeting's supposed to be at 6, they're here at 4:30. It's very infectious, the energy, and very difficult to resist. And that, whatever we're going through, however long we have to work, or if we have to pull an all-nighter, or people are telling us no and we have to keep pushing through that, watching the young people walk in makes the things that we're facing look really easy.
The most beautiful thing in front of the camera is that it's a black and brown collaboration. That's amazing. And when you walk into CoCo, you see diversity from the front door to the back door. And so I know that there's a strong push right now to recognize Black Lives Matter. What is going to be the CoCo role in that movement?
Well, to continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and the frame and the message, because it really captures the moment that we're in right now. It really allows us to talk about, in concrete terms, how race was really constructed in our country on the backs of African Americans and Black folks. And so we are here to embrace that and to ensure that Latino community is involved, because, you know, we're next in line. We're very clear that this is a part of a larger plan that is about creating an America that's not really for our community. So we have to continue the legacy that's been built by folks like Congressmember Karen Bass to say Black and brown lives are going to be united. We're going to stand together on these very bold terms and push for what's rightfully ours, which is a seat at the table, a seat at opportunity, the possibility of hope, being a part of our everyday experience. I mean, that's really what this is about for us. We're going to continue to do that work.
The only thing missing when you step outside the doors of this beautiful building would be like a Trader Joe's or a Tender Greens or something like that. I mean, you feel this building is so amazing. So how are we going to address the food desert situation here in South Los Angeles?
Well, I mean, we have to continue to struggle the way we do on every issue, but, you know, a community coalition is a testament to this, and I've been moving to this position. You know, we've been talking to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and all the rest of them for years. They don't take it one step closer to our community. In fact, many of them are leaving. And so look around the community coalition. They don't have to build it. We can build it ourselves. And we can get what we need for our community with our own hands and with our own energy and with our own effort. And so, you know, if they don't want to take responsibility for the whole community, one, they got to give up the benefits that they get, the tax breaks and all the goodies that the government gives them. If you're not going to give food to everybody, then you shouldn't get those goodies. And secondly, all those goodies ought to come to the people who are willing to do the work and to do it in a first-class way like this community deserves.
Thank you.
You're not